Your brain is failing. Not all at once, not in a way that's obvious, but slowly, quietly, every single day. And the worst part is, you don't even realize it's happening. You still wake up, go through your routine, check your phone, start your work. Everything feels normal, but something is off. Your focus isn't as sharp. Your thinking feels slower. You forget things more often than before, and you ignore it. You tell yourself it's just stress, or lack of sleep, or maybe just part of getting older. But what if that's not true? What if the real reason is something you're doing every single day without realizing what it's doing to your brain? Because here's the truth. Your brain is constantly adapting. Every habit, every behavior, every environment you expose yourself to is shaping how your brain functions. And right now, most people are unknowingly training their brain to perform worse. Think about your average day. You wake up and immediately check your phone. Notifications, messages, social media, news. Before your brain is even fully awake, it's already overloaded. Then throughout the day, you jump between tasks. You check your phone again. You scroll. You switch between apps, tabs, conversations. It feels normal. But from your brain's perspective, it's chaos. Your brain is constantly switching, constantly reacting, constantly processing. And this comes at a cost, because your brain isn't designed for constant input. It needs deep focus and real recovery. But today, most people get neither. And over time, this changes how your brain works. Your attention span starts shrinking. Your ability to think deeply starts fading. Simple tasks begin to feel harder. Not because you're lazy, but because your brain is overloaded. And here's something even more important. This constant stimulation doesn't just affect your focus. It changes how your brain experiences effort. Tasks that used to feel normal now feel heavy. Even starting becomes difficult. Not because the task is hard, but because your brain has become sensitive to anything that doesn't provide instant reward. This is why you procrastinate. Not because you don't want to work, but because your brain is trying to avoid discomfort. And modern stimulation has made that discomfort stronger than ever. Now think about this. When was the last time you sat without your phone, without music, without background noise, just alone with your thoughts? For most people, that feels uncomfortable, almost unnatural. But that discomfort is actually a signal. It means your brain has lost its tolerance for stillness. And without stillness, your brain never fully resets. Now here's where most people go wrong. They try to fix this with discipline. They force themselves to work harder. They push through resistance. But the problem isn't effort. It's overload. You can't force a tired, overstimulated brain to perform better. You have to change the environment that's exhausting it. And this is where everything starts to shift. The solution is not doing more. It's doing less. Less stimulation, less noise, less constant input. You need to give your brain space to recover, because recovery is where performance comes from. Start small. Limit short-form content. Reduce notifications. Spend time without your phone. Allow your brain to be bored again. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. Your brain will crave stimulation. It will feel restless, distracted, even irritated. But that's not a bad sign. That's a reset. That's your brain slowly returning to its natural state. And over time, your focus improves. Your thoughts become clearer. Your mental energy stabilizes. And things that once felt difficult start to feel easier again. Not because you became more disciplined, but because your brain is finally working the way it's supposed to. Because at the end of the day, your brain isn't broken. But right now, it is moving in the wrong direction. And if you don't change that direction, it will keep getting worse. If this made you think, subscribe. Because every week we break down how modern life is quietly affecting your brain and your performance. And tell me in the comments, have you noticed your focus getting worse over time? Because the answer might explain more than you think. Stay sharp.